Ebullient greetings. I'm your host, Jacquie Bird of Jacquie Bird Spiritual Wellness, your guide to stress and anxiety relief, mindfulness, awareness, self-care, self-love, and personal growth. Welcome and thank you for joining me as we roll with peace in mind. Today's riff is perspective. What this global timeout can teach us. If we listen, look, see, feel, hear, and open ourselves up to learn. I know that's a long title, but I've been doing a lot of thinking. And this is what I know. We have, right now, an opportunity to do some tweaking, some internal gardening, so to speak. We have, right now, an opportunity to make some real changes. We have right now a chance to realize we are all connected, truly, all around the globe. All ages, colors, sizes, religions, gender associations, every person on the planet is affected by the great equalizer. We have right now an opportunity to broaden our minds, open our hearts, and to learn to handle uncertainty. For this is truly uncertainty that we are living right now. We have a great opportunity to really make, in our world now, make change. But it can only change collectively as we embrace and take the responsibility to make changes within ourselves individually. We've got to start embracing ourselves and each other. We've got to be kind and take care of each other. My ex just lost his dad the night before this recording. I was close to his dad and remained so a decade after a breakup with his son. My heart aches for my ex and his family for the loss of their patriarch and loved one. My heart aches as I think about the man that I called dad and who loved me like a daughter, and that he has left this plane. I will miss him. But what shines through and carries me is gratitude. I am so incredibly grateful I had someone so magnificent in my life. Through the heartache, my heart is so full. I can pull up so many wonderful memories of experiences, of laughter, because boy, did he like to tease me. He was such a funny man, and so kind, and so wise, and so loving. He is as vivid in my mind's eye as I am talking right now. I am grateful, which wipes the tears of sad away. But through this pain, I know this. We have got to wake up as we witness large numbers of people leaving this earth. And some of them are or could be our loved ones. I know that we cannot squander the opportunities and the lessons, the necessity that we have to change our perspectives and reach out to one another, that we are all connected, that we need to ditch fear and raise our vibrations higher through the shift in our perceptions and perspectives. Know and understand that things are both accelerating and amplifying at the same time. The craziest are crazier. Heck, the unbelievable turns and gasp at the more unbelievable. Every day, with each post read on social media, spirits are sinking, energies are getting lowered, immune systems are weakening, and it seems like we have no control. Newsflash. We never did have control over anything outside of us. Never. And the question is, what, if anything, do you have control over now? You have control over how you navigate things, and that's everything. How you navigate everything is what you have control over. Your perspective, your reaction to things or not, your perspective, your outlook is what determines your observations, stress, and anxiety levels. Instead of panicking, instead of freaking out, instead of consuming the news like binge eating our favorite foods nonstop, we have a choice. We can stop. The how is open. Gradually, or cold turkey, whatever works for you. Just stop. Use the power of the will, your will. You have the power to make any and every change you set your mind to. Well, you may ask, how do you do that? I can't turn my mind off. And I say, check your perspective and ground, center, and balance, baby. Breathe. Breathe in and out right now. Take an in breath with me right now on the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you feel the freak out beginning to rise from the pit of your stomach, take deep, soulful breaths. Don't wait until you're in full panic mode. It's kind of too late then. Do it as soon as you feel the flutter. The signs are always there. Your breathing gets faster, your heart rate rises, along with your blood pressure. Learn to feel and recognize the signs of full freak outs are coming. I think it was the other day, I was looking at social media and I was actually feeling pretty good before I got on there. And I'm looking at post after post after post, people talking about how scared they are and how worried they are. And I'm seeing, what the government's doing, what the government ain't doing, what's going on in different parts of the world. And I realized that I was getting anxious, that I was getting emotional, that I was getting mad and all this stuff. And whoa, stop, miss, stop. Put it down. Put it down. You have to step away. Like, you sit at a table and you eat too much food. You got to push back from the table before you get stuffed. You have to push back. You have to stop. So I'm talking about full freakouts are coming. You got to be able to recognize the signs and pull yourself away from the table. When that thing is starting to happen, you got to take those deep breaths. This pandemic has made us all have to sit down and go to our rooms. But are you sitting still at any time? Have you allowed yourself to notice anything good in these times? Anything positive? If so, that's a good thing and keep it up. Have you noticed that time feels as if it stood still? Do you know what day it is without looking at your phone? Have you noticed how quiet things are? How much things have slowed down? Have you noticed? The day seems so much longer. Use that to your advantage. We're always talking about not having enough time. Well, for many of us, there's nothing but time. Use that to your advantage. See if you can look to and for the positive somewhere in life right now. Take a moment. What can you think of right now that you are grateful for? Breathe in and breathe out. Gratitude and appreciation are gonna be your friends here. Connect to them. And it's funny because I know, as I said, the days seem longer. I know for some of you, the days may seem shorter. You may feel like you still don't have enough time because you're juggling your work and you're juggling your children and your animals. But again, you have to take those breaths. You have to find times, you have to create times in that day with all of that stuff going on to step away for a second and take a breath. Our collective energy has been forced into a slower pace. We cannot rush around to and fro at will. And while it is driving many crazy with boredom, dig deeper, folks. To quote my dude, there is always something you can do. Go beyond the norm, learn something new, start a project. Use your mind differently. Don't just be reactive, become proactive. Instead of being fearful, ask, what can I do that I've always wanted to do but have been putting it off for reasons X, Y, and Z? Don't accept any excuses you may think of to railroad yourself. Yes, maybe money is an issue, but what you do in your brain is free. There's got to be something you can do to begin that project, even sitting and visualizing it and then writing it down. Use your resources. Look around your place. What can you use? Time to plant some seeds. Also, ask yourself, what are the lessons here? What can I learn from all of this? What is Corona trying to teach me? What is Corona trying to show and teach mankind? How can I stretch myself, go beyond any boundaries I have set up? How can I truly love and take better care of myself? We have a choice to bemoan what is happening and be upset and angry, or use this time to tune up the car, which is us. Perspective. How are you choosing to view things? Yes, these are extraordinary times, and so many people are leaving the planet at an alarmingly rapid rate. Some of the people transitioning are close friends, people we've admired, and family, loved ones. Lots of policy stuff is going on. Policy-wise, stuff we don't like. It's jacked up, not enough supplies. So many people in the healing profession, essential workers, the folks keeping our grocery stores stocked, cashiers, oh my God, so many people on the front lines. The fear is rising. Oh my God, you're gonna lose your mind. But people, hear me. The more we panic, the more things get out of control, which is not the way to go, is it? So when your mind starts spinning on that track that I just spoke of all the stuff that's wrong and, oh gosh, you have to stop. And remember that everything is energy. Everything, particularly your thoughts. Now, okay, sit still for a second. Picture fearful energy emanating out from you and into the atmosphere. Just picture this fearful energy just riding out of you, oozing out of you like pollution from the stacks of a factory. Okay, that's you, the factory. So it's floating upward and outward, landing on every sentient being on the planet, and on Mother Earth. All that fearful energy being pumped into the atmosphere, multiplied by each human factory. That's us, causing intense smog so thick you can't see. That is what's happening when you panic. It's not just you who is affected. It infects everything it touches and is as contagious as the virus because it gets into your being, into your pores, and it multiplies fast. So we don't necessarily think that's what's happening because it's unseen, right? But that image that I pulled up about the factory and the pollution of fear pulling out of you and going out into the atmosphere, even though you can't see it, it can be felt. Like I said, it's in your pores and it multiplies fast. Then you touch someone with your fear and they magnify it, and so on and so forth. Just look at your social media feeds. Classic examples of fear infection. You post something, oh, I'm so scared, and then there's 50 million people chiming in about how afraid they are. But if you post something positive, you notice there's hardly any response. It's interesting how we tend to gravitate toward negativity even though we feel the negativity is outside of us. That's why we must learn to or continue to ground, center, and balance ourselves. It's a constant, not something you do once and then you're done. Or you do a few times, it doesn't work and you stop. Every time you sit down with the intention of quieting your mind to ground, center, and balance yourself, there is progress being made. Even if it's 10 seconds, that's 10 seconds more than you were able to do the last time and 10 seconds less of panic, fear, worry. And if it isn't longer, don't worry about the length of time. You're going to have a long time to practice. We're going to be cooped up for a bit. So you see, when you set the intention, following through is progress. Even when your mind wanders, as it will, don't get stuck on that happening. Don't get caught up on that detail. Don't even consider it a fail. Your mind is gonna wander, period. Accept that as part of the process of learning to sit with yourself in silence. When you find your mind has wandered, just gently guide it back to sitting quietly. You know, it's like you have a toddler, and the toddler's running down the street. That's your mind. And what do? You go after the toddler, you get him or her, and you pull her back, him or her, back to where you want them to go. Sometimes they don't want to go, right? And they throw a fit. Again, that's your mind. But each time it wanders and you're aware enough to notice, that's a great thing. You've noticed it in real time. Return to silence. Don't judge. Each time you show up with that intention, each time you sit with the intention of grounding, centering, and balancing yourself, notice I didn't say try to. Each time you sit with the intention of grounding, centering, and balancing yourself, each time you sit with the intention, that moves you into the direction of where you want to go, of what you want to feel. Because understand, it is not a destination or achievement, but an essence of feeling that you want to experience. Sitting in silence is a pathway toward grounding, centering, and balancing. And the more you do that, the more you recognize quicker when you're off center. The faster you'll be able to pull yourself back onto center when you begin to feel what it feels like to be balanced and in center and grounded. It is a balm to your being. It is a way of being. Mastery over mind is an ongoing journey, a moment-to-moment thing. In this journey, will you get sad? Yup. Will you get angry? You damn skip it. But changing your perspective takes you out of those emotional spaces faster. Another aspect to this grounding, centering, and balancing thing is mindfulness. Being connected to the thoughts that play hockey in your mind all day. The more you become aware of the thoughts you entertain, the more you can direct them. But you cannot begin that journey if you continue to be a visitor, a tourist in your own mind. Ooh, look at those thoughts that just went by. Whoa, I was really angry, wasn't I? You cannot be a tourist. You are the resident, the director, travel guide, the landlord. Use this time of Corona to pay attention to what your thought diet is. Let it show you what you think. Awareness is so key here, but don't judge your thoughts. Become aware. When you become aware, then and only then can you make changes and adjustments. You have to even know what's in your mind. You have to even have an idea of, oh, I just cursed that person out in my mind. And you can decide, I feel better. Or you can go, I don't know what that actually did. Did that actually do what I wanted it to do? So you're making a conscious decision. Getting a handle on your thoughts is one of the greatest stress and anxiety reducers there is. We do more consistent damage to ourselves in how we process the things we see, feel, are affected by. Our perspective on things makes all the difference in how we navigate the challenges, of which the novel coronavirus is pummeling us with now. This is an extraordinary lesson being taught to us humans, and while it is so very harsh, we as a collective haven't been listening very well, have we? The way we treat each other. I mean, dogging our fellow human beings of Asian descent is wow, would you want that done to you? To your parents? To your children? The way we treat animals, the way we treat Gaia. The earth is very telling in our disregard as a collective. Now, like a stern parent, coronavirus is saying, are you paying attention? Are you paying attention now? Are you? Or are you freaking out? What are you doing? Take this time to shift your perspective. Begin a mindfulness practice, as I always say. Get grounded, centered, and balanced, and take your children along for the ride. Your tween or teen may not be at all interested, but as you change and shift your behavior and become less reactive to stressors, get calmer and more connected, there is no better way to teach them how to be, how to roll with peace, being the utmost thing in mind. What can the coronavirus teach us? Beside making us more aware and making us go, oh wow, how can I shift my perspective? There are positives happening through this. Our collective bootprints upon the earth have gotten a bit smaller, and there are things like the ozone layer over Antarctica healing a bit, and clearer skies over China, clearer water in the canals of Venice, Italy. Mother Earth is getting a bit of a respite. When things get back to normal, I hope we take all of this stuff into account and have more care for her. Tap into the depths of your soul. Look for what is working in your life. Are we in troubled times? Yes, we are. But you must shift your focus from what isn't working to what actually is working. For the more you sink into the depths of despair, the longer you paddle there, and what you are actually doing isn't helping to solve anything. What you are succeeding in doing is, as I said, lowering your immune system, and you're also vibrating at a very low frequency. Seek the light. It is there. People are coming up with very creative ways to ride this global tsunami. That is something so very positive. Perspective. There are many, many more people who survive this virus than die. I'm going to say it again. Perspective. There are many, many more people who survive this virus than die. Why obsess about the stats, which really kind of desensitizes us in a way? 10,000 deaths. Wow, those are 10,000 human beings. These are our fellow human beings, not numbers, not demographics. One way to pay homage to these people that are leaving the planet is to send positive energy into the atmosphere and shift our perspectives to be kinder, better, more loving, more mindful versions of ourselves. That helps to support those on the front lines everywhere. One of the many lessons in front of us is considering that adversity can serve as a tool, as a wake-up call, a call to action, to look at ourselves individually and the lives we are creating, to honor those who are leaving the planet in the intention to live our best lives. Getting grounded, rooted, and balanced is the antacid to fear. Being hopeful is the antacid to fear. Exercising your faith, not just having it, exercising it is the antacid to fear. And doing this, will you have moments of fear? Sure. But don't stay in those moments like a character actor. You know, I think it was Anthony Quinn who played all of those big, larger than life people. He was a method actor, and he would go home in character. So, you know, like when the story is when his children would want to play, he would say to his wife, Zorba doesn't have children, or whatever character he was playing that doesn't have children. So, you know, when you are staying in the moments of fear like a character actor, that's what's happening when you're fearful all the time. You gotta step away from that. We have a collective opportunity to unite on a deeper level, to see we are truly connected. Use these times to connect to self. Stop being a hotel bed for the never-ending bad news. It's never good. It's always bad. Take some time outs from it. You won't miss anything. Stop giving it your energy. Become proactive. Set your intention to connect to a higher frequency, to raise your frequency, to raise your vibe. Honor the people leaving the planet and not squandering your lives. That is how you become the change you wish to see. We will get through this. We will. Take deep breaths when the fear starts to rise. Learn to meditate and or go deeper in your practice. My services and products are available to assist. They are stress and anxiety relief tools you can use. Go to JacquieBirdSpiritualWellness.com. Only solutions are going to solve this thing. And keep your eyes open for miracles. Now, speaking about miracles, my landlord and we have a very checkered past. Sent me a text the other day to say hi and to see if I was okay. Now you want to talk about gagging? I was so stunned. And so I responded, thank you, I really appreciate it. And then he wrote back to my response that he was glad to hear it and to stay safe. What? So miracles happen, man, And if you want more of our history, there's an episode called Power, Authentic or Egoic. It's episode 12. I was inspired to do that episode because I was so mad at an argument that we had. But anyway, keep the faith, y'all. I know it's tough. We are all immensely affected by this. Each and every one of us. I am sending you love. Breathe, ground, center, and check into your perspective. Check into how you're viewing this whole thing. Check into how you view life in general. See where you can tweak it. See where you can make some shifts in how you're viewing things. And it will help you feel better. And now I will take you to a guided meditation. Before we get started, I want you to think what you have that you can put your hands on, that you can hold during this meditation. Something small. Maybe you have a piece of jewelry that your family member has passed to you. It could be a photograph, if you have a small photograph. It could be what you consider your lucky charm. If you're a gemstone person, if you have a stone like smoky quartz or black tourmaline, anything that is going to help you ground. Pause this and go get it. Now that you're back, take a seated position where you can keep your spine nice and long. If you like to sit on the floor, go ahead and do that, either cross-legged or in lotus position. With the item that you have chosen, place it in your left hand, with the palm up in your lap. Place your right hand, palm down. Envision your spine very, very tall, with the eyes closed. Picture a stream of light from the base of your spine, whatever color you like. See that light going up through your body, slowly from the base of your spine, continuing upward, approaching the top of your head, and going out of the crown of your head. See that light going straight up into the atmosphere. And at the same time, see the light at the base of your spine, shimmering and beginning to move downward through the floor, down to the ground, into the earth, the center of the earth. Imagine this light emanating from you to the center of the earth, emanating from you up and out into the atmosphere. See that light shining. It could be very thin, or you can make it very wide. But play with the size and keep this light shimmering. Breathe on your own time as you envision this light emanating in both directions from the base of your spine. Take a deep breath in slowly. And take a deep breath out slowly. With the mouth closed, take a deep breath in. And take that deep breath out. On the count of 4, in 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in deeply. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in through the nose, eyes closed. 2, 3, 4. And exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. In 2, 3, 4. And exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowly breathing on your own time. In through the nose and out through the mouth. With this light shimmering in both directions through the atmosphere and into the center of the earth, holding you securely and with love. Feel yourself grounded in the space and time. Breathing on your own time, in and out. Feeling your body supported in this life. Slowly open your eyes. Breathing, taking peace with you. If you wish to go deeper, I invite you to visit JacquieBirdSpiritualWellness.com for more stress relief and mindfulness tools. There's StressBusters Guided Meditation. You can book an online session. There are ebooks called 7 Daily Thoughts and Mantras for Mindfulness, stress relief tools, mantras, affirmations, and guided meditation. There is meditation music and guided meditation tracks. Again, that is JacquieBirdSpiritualWellness.com. Thank you so much for listening.